Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And for those who are new here, I am Psychic Bella Love, and you can always book your own personal private readings with me on psychicbellalove.com. You can also join us over on patreon.com/psychicbellalove, where you can find exclusive daily content. I am always active in Patreon, even when I am not in other social media platforms. So this is a request by one of my patrons. That is the only place that I do accept requests. That's where we talk about religion, history, spirituality, the Illuminati, all the stuff that we cannot talk about over on other platforms. Everything is uncensored, and we do weekly lives. And my patrons requested a reading on what is going to happen with the Combs boys, Justin, Christian, and Quincy. We're including Quincy in that, even though obviously he's not technically a Combs, and just kind of, what's going on with them and what is going to happen. Are they going to face repercussions alongside their crooked ass daddy, because they have been named in paperwork. So we're going to go ahead and see what Spirit and the cards have to say about this. And I apologize for any background noise. This is literally the only chance that I have to do this today. So I had to just run and jump so that I could make sure that I had time to do this reading in between calls. So let's see. And all my information will be linked in the description box below. There will be a link in the comments to $20 reading specials for next week. My calendar is fully booked otherwise, but you can book a 15-minute reading for $20 or a 30-minute reading for $30 and talk to me next week. And that is located under specials on the website, or you can go to the comment below. And you can also book your 2025 Love Outlook video reading, going over what you can expect in your love life next year. You can do that if you're single or in a relationship. There's limited spots for those, and they are only $30 this weekend. So you can find those listed under video readings on the site, or they will also be in the pinned comment below. So let's see. There's a lot of nervous waiting going on, just in general with the whole family. But especially when it comes to the boys, all three of them, Spirit's saying they think that Quincy is going to come out okay and not be implicated in everything the same way that Justin and Christian will. But we have a Tower card moment coming here, and the Justice card is crowning it. So it is talking about, that they are definitely going to find themselves being implicated in more than we've heard. Like, that's what Spirit's saying. Like, there is still a lot that hasn't come out. There's still a lot of people that are connected to this that have yet to be charged, but we will see that happening, because right now they're going through the tapes. They're getting ready, and getting testimonies from potential witnesses and victims. And so Spirit is saying they're putting together the cases that they have that are pending against other people that are still connected to Diddle. So we will We haven't seen, even just the start of this yet. I know that there's been, a lot of talk about putting even more layers of gag orders and stuff like that around this case because of, them complaining about leaks and whatnot, obviously from Diddy's side, and Spirit saying again, that's them just trying to get some control over this case, and also for his own protection because he doesn't want to end up Epstein. Figure out for yourself what that means, obviously, since we're on YouTube. We got to be careful about what we say. And he felt like, the more people that are obviously getting mentioned connected to this, the more people would like to see him gone or see him be the one that goes down for everything, and obviously not see themselves be pulled into this. And because of that, there's a lot of offers of money and bribes that are happening because Spirit is saying Diddle knows that his chances of getting out of this and walking away from this situation is like slim to none. But if he can lessen things by not having his kids also get pulled into it, because Spirit's saying like he's already accepted what his fate is. He knows he's gonna serve some time regardless. He wants it to be that, the family legacy will continue and Christian or Justin will like be leading the reins, and they'll take over and like they can redeem everything for him. He's still operating from that ego because narcs only see their kids as an extension of them and not as their own separate people, which is also why it would make sense that, all the stories that we're hearing that his kids were right alongside him involved in this. And when I'm saying kids, we're only talking about the boys here. So obviously I'm not including the girls in any of this. I'm solely talking about Justin and Christian and Quincy. So he's trying his hardest to make sure that the boys can come out clean from this. Is he directly making offers of money to people? No. But do they have other people like a Lou Taylor, a Kris Jenner, some other associate middleman person who can make some calls and be like, hey, I know your client or this person that is going to testify and they're going to try to accuse Justin of having done all these heinous things that are right alongside his dad, and right alongside the accusations that his dad has faced. How about we give you $5 million to be quiet and go away and say that nothing ever happens? There's a lot of that coming up in the underlying energy of trying to make these deceitful payments to cover things up. However, it's not working. And it's not going to work. Will they be able to scare some people? Maybe. But Spirit's saying there's too many people that want them all to go down. There's too many people that need this for themselves, for their own healing, this vindication and justice, right? Because they were victimized by these people. That they're going to look at it like, I would rather publicly sue you and shame you and let everybody find out what a horrible person you really are and take less money if that's what I get and let you go to prison rather than take this hush money that really isn't going to solve my problems. So they also have a lot of people. I see two women here, both Misa and Dana, the baby mamas, that they are working with spiritual workers and trying to obviously save themselves, save the kids. They're doing it on behalf of Diddle. Well, Dana is, not Misa. Misa's just doing it for Justin's sake, but they are trying to obviously lessen the consequences or protect themselves or get things to, work out in their favors. Doesn't help. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we're going to see Christian's definitely getting connected deeply to this stuff, you guys. He's the one that's going to get hit the hardest. Justin will also have his own issues. I don't get Quincy facing jail time the same way that Justin and Christian will. But let's see. Spirit, can you tell me, does Quincy really stand with Diddy, or is this some plot or scheme to redeem his mom? Because I've seen the conspiracies, people saying that Quincy's been brainwashed since he was a child, and so he's got that Stockholm syndrome, and then the other people that are like, no, Quincy's trying to pull a stealth mission and protect his siblings, but also get back on Diddle for what he did to the mom. So let's see. And listen, guys, it is not uncommon, sadly, for kids to have an abusive parent and a non-abusive parent and side with the abusive parent over the non-abusive parent too. Trauma takes on many forms, and people act in weird ways sometimes. So let me see. Okay, so the thing is that Kim protected her kids a lot from what was really going on, because she was so scared of that man, and she knew what a grip he had on the kids, and that he was always going to use the kids against any woman that didn't want to do what he wanted if he had a child with them. And so Spirit is saying that she felt like she was protecting her kids by not letting them really know the dark sides of their dad, including Quincy. When she did confide into people, it was Al or other friends of hers. But Spirit saying that she was very staunchly, kind of had more of that old-fashioned mentality of keep your kids out of this kind of stuff. Dad seems like he's cool with them anyways, so we'll just not involve them. They don't need to know this. So unfortunately, it does come up that Quincy did drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak. Now he's in a place where Spirit is saying that he feels like he's stuck. Because it's like, okay, I was manipulated and brainwashed into thinking that this guy was some sort of a savior that stepped into my life when my real dad didn't want to be a part of it. And I do still feel like he does have a lot of anger with Al B. Shore for not being present in his life growing up. And Spirit is saying that he has this chip on his shoulder where instead of going and sitting down with him and having a real constructive conversation and trying to understand his point of view or listening to anything that he would say, it's just like every time that Al says anything, Quincy feels like you're capitalizing off of this, or you're putting yourself in the middle of this when you shouldn't be, and it just pisses him off more and pushes him away from being in a space where he would be maybe more open to speaking with his real dad and seeing the other side of things. So he is in a place where he feels like he has to be stubborn and double down on, no, my life was normal. This is okay. This didn't happen. You guys have my, who I called or considered to be my dad, Mr. Diddlebop, fucked up. Even though Spirit's saying maybe he didn't know firsthand my mom was getting mistreated or in the ways that she was. He's seen enough other crazy shit that Diddy has done over the years to know he is, if you really wanted to sit down and think about it, that he's not a great person. But he has the emotional side of, that's my parent. I already lost my other parent. The guy that's supposed to be my dad wasn't there. And like I said, it is almost like a Stockholm syndrome type of a thing. And then obviously he feels like he has to be there to support and protect his siblings. At some point, someday, he will accept what happens and have a different view of things, and he will end up reconnecting with Albie Shore and get his point of view. But Spirit's saying it's really going to take this whole freaking trial and then time afterwards for him to really process everything before he's willing to be honest with himself and then do anything about it. Right? It's almost like it's too overwhelming. So the trauma is too much. So he's just shutting down and choosing to believe what's an easier thing rather than having to be like, holy crap, this family is really weird, right? So I don't think that Quincy is there on some stealth mission. I think that he's just caught up and isn't seeing things straight. Now, bonus question real quick. Spirit, what is going on with Karisha, and is she still going to deal with some legal issues surrounding this whole situation as well? Thank you. Somebody is still paying her. These aren't the revolt checks, but somebody from Diddle's side of things, it is being processed as, payments for other business ventures, but Spirit is saying, and it's not that however much that people were saying that she got an allowance the last time that people were talking about her being paid to be his girlfriend. It's like Spirit saying like, oh, you get a $5,000 here or a few thousand there, but it comes in throughout the month and it looks like, oh, it's payments for merch or other business stuff that they still have dealings with. But it really, Spirit saying, is more like a be quiet and stay in your place payment. And her income has gone way down too, just overall, because Spirit's saying outside of Revolt, she is kind of one of these, like, I don't know if I would say 100% like a pariah, right? That nobody wants to get anywhere near her. But as far as like business collaborations and things like that go, what Spirit's saying is it's a little bit more difficult for her to get those types of things right now because a lot of companies and brands are looking at it like, it might get a lot of attention right this second, but then if she gets like arrested, or caught up in everything that he's got going on, then maybe people are going to come back and say boycott us because they don't want to, have this company profit where people would already get mad if we work with her right now. So there is not, like, her financial situation is coming up as 4 of Pence with a Tower card and the 8 of Cups surrounding it, like talking about like money is walking away and she is in a dire financial situation and having to really hold tight on to whatever it is that she does have right now. She's stressed out because she feels like she is so tied and stuck to this man no matter which way she goes, and that she really put herself, in a bad situation with this. She's still terrified of what's coming for her, and I do still get legal charges being filed against her once the more indictments and stuff do come out. Spirit saying she's already obtained legal counsel in the case that she does end up getting called in. So that's taking a lot of her money right now. Just keeping lawyers on retainers just in case. Also, I know that there was some like talk a while back about like her label or something wasn't trying to let her release music. Spirit saying, of course, to them, they feel like she's not a great investment in the first place anyways, and that people don't seem to really be super interested in music from her in general, regardless of this situation. But Spirit saying it was also convenient to blame it on, oh, well, we don't really think that people are into that kind of music anymore. It's not, you didn't have enough growth or whatever, thing that she said that they were telling her. It's on a deeper level. What Spirit is saying is that they just don't want, like, the label doesn't want, like, the backlash that could come back to them too, and they're sort of sitting there and waiting and seeing what's going to happen if she does get pulled into this stuff. So right as we get into the beginning of January, or we'll just say January and February, March in general, Spirit is saying those 3 months, we're going to start hearing a lot of stuff about who actually is connected to them, who needs to be really worried because they're being accused of being involved in all of this stuff. And we're going to start to see more indictments and arrests happening after the new year. Before then, it's like trickles of news and things, and we'll probably see Diddy keep applying over and over for bail and getting denied over and over again. But then we actually start to, see things move and shake going forwards. Also, Spirit is saying this will not be like the Epstein case where really it was like 3 main people went down and then Prince Andrew got named and shamed and then everybody else moved on with their life. We're going to see a lot more people's names get implicated and more people connected to this and more people get arrested, because Spirit is saying, like, as far as the government goes, like, people aren't going to let them get away with it the same way that they did last time. But also, this is a part of the karmic clear out that's happening in the music industry that I've been telling you guys is coming for years. So if you want to know more about that kind of stuff, you can join us over on patreon.com/psychicbellalove. And if you wanted to book your own personal private reading, including your 2025 Love Outlook readings, or to get one of those $20 specials, make sure that you head over to psychicbellalove.com. And everybody have a great weekend. Bye.